finer details won't matter when they ask me why I did it. So, I won't bore you with them. To put it plainly, my boss had slugged his last ball to me and the game was finally over. Not a physical one, of course, just purely metaphorical. A ball of the mind, if you would. In my 35 years of life, only 3 people had ever thrown that mind ball to me, and for me to have accepted defeat. You see, you meet people in life whose words and actions, as meaningless as they are, start to chip away at your will and your strength until a reasonable and sane man can't take anymore. Their balls rocketing through the sky, landing straight between your eyebrows, sending the hurt to your head. Rooney, an old mate from middle school, hurled his last shot to me when we were 10 years old. 5 years ago, my wife Angela starts playing the game with me after 6 years of total bliss. That's the one that hurt the most, frankly. I've only recently drawn parallels between my old school friend and my ex-bitch of a wife. They both broke me down, and their bodies were never found. The third big ball toss that broke my most recent cover was my boss, Norman Smith. I thought I'd finally gotten rid of my past mistakes, and I could finally live my life without losing my game. But no. I couldn't just sit there and let men like Norman Smith live their life of sin and filth. Today was the day he said his last grating remark to me. Today was the last day he slapped the women's asses as they strolled past, and today was the last day the earth saw him alive. I met him outside the Chinese restaurant in the southeast of the city. Well, it was more I knew where he was, so I went there to meet him. An old friend of Norman's informed me of his usual outings outside of work when I met him in a bar one Saturday night. Get an old alcoholic drunk, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. A dam of useful wisdom and a cold beer is all it takes to let the barricade burst and let the water rush out. When I had finally acquired everything I needed to know, I left the drunk bastard asleep at the bar and planned to stumble across Norman the night after. I had a few doubts since Norman's old pal was halfway to heaven when he told me about the Chinese restaurant. But lo and behold, there stood Norman having a cigarette in the shadows of the alley. Norman greeted me. I greeted him. Norman asked me what I'm doing there. I tell him I'm passing through to meet some friends in the bar opposite. Norman steps aside to let me pass. I quickly slice his throat and bundle him into a giant dumpster. Whether it was Rooney, my ex, or even a giant pig like Norman, their assassin will never be found. Why would he? I'm just the forgotten face in the playground, the quiet man in the corner of the club, and the boring nerd tapping forever at his computer in the office. I've left that job. I've left that city. I've never seen, never heard, never remembered. I could be the man on the bus sat next to you. Yeah, that one. The one if you don't know if he's looking at you when you look away. The one who's edging just a little too close. I could be the man who gets off at the same stop as you. Because you've thrown your last ball.